Hi, John Baston. You're watching Bison TV.
A very familiar face was back in the Paul Baldwin Agency's Basingstoke Bison lineup on Saturday as Joe Rand stepped into the breach as the Bison looked to keep their home run going in a top-of-the-table clash against the Peterborough Phantoms, with an expectant crowd anticipating a great final home clash before Christmas. It would be the Herd who got off to the best possible start on home ice, with a power play giving the Bison an early strike. Rene Yarrelin batting the park home for the host, with some of the Phantom players immediately appealing for a high stick. Our Barracuda Networks replay proving referee Matthews right for once. The stick below the crossbar and the goal stands. With their tails in the air, the Bison continue to charge forward, Aaron Connolly going in search of the rebound but taking a visit to the ice for his punishment. However, as the period developed, the Phantoms began to find some time in the offensive end, and Martin Sousters took full advantage of a loose puck to level the scoreboard. The Barracuda Networks replay showing a very unfortunate bounce off the pipes, falling in the visitors' favour as the period came to a close. Another power play opportunity would present the Paul Baldwin Agency's Basingstoke Bison with a goal as they re-establish their lead. Alan Lack providing all aspiring hockey players with a vital lesson that good things happen when you go to the net. Our Barracuda Networks replay showing it was the perfect tip for the lead. And the Bison would have the puck rippling the net again soon after, but unfortunately for Kieran Long there would be no reward as somehow the lights couldn't be lit. Again, Long would be involved as the Herd looked to extend their lead, using the end of a penalty to perfection. However, Yanis Orzins was proving himself a challenge to find a way past, as it remained a one-goal game heading into the third. A real moment of worry followed for the Phantoms soon after though, as Orzins appeared to injure himself making a save. The stopper staying down on the ice for a fairly lengthy period, although he would eventually be able to continue. And as the Bison began to incur the wrath of referee Matthews' arm, the Phantoms were able to once again force an equaliser. Alesh Padalet getting a tip right in front of John Baston from Craig Scott's attempt to make it 2-2 and set up an interesting final 10. Turned into the nightmare before Christmas for the Bison as James Ferrara managed to get the Phantoms up on the board again. A fortunate deflection and screen proving the difference as the hosts now had to chase the game. Joe Greener began a one-man mission to do so, splitting up the Phantoms' defence before taking a heavy trip into the boards, courtesy of Edgar's Bebris, with a vital power play chance going the Herd's way. Instead, Declan Balmer found himself getting into penalty trouble as the Herd attempted to turn the game back into their favour. A delayed elbow call the play as 4-on-4 action followed. And the Basingstoke Arena crowd were on their feet as Kieran Long soon afterwards thought he had found the back of the net. However, a look at our Barracuda Networks replay shows you something quite incredible from Orzins. A glove save stopping the puck from crossing the line, something that deserves seeing over and over again. A simply incredible save. Even in the dying seconds, the Herd continued to try and find a way to level the scores, but sadly it wasn't to be as tension boiled over, the Phantoms becoming the first side to win in Basingstoke this season.